Hey everyone, welcome to Tuesday Night Legacy presented by Spellhold Games. My name is Eugene, and we are here in round 2 from last week, January 11th. Let's get right to it. On the right-hand side, we have AJ on Thrasta Storm. On the left, we have Mason on Death and Taxes, mono white. We see AJ starting the game off here with a once upon a time, he gets to look at the top 5 cards of his library and reveal a land or a creature and get to put it in his hand. But he put all 5 on the bottom, so that was a little bit of a whiff. Good news is he got to cast it for free since it was the first spell of the turn. Now, AJ is trying to resolve Thrasta Tempest Storm here. That's kind of the point of the deck. He storms off just like any other Storm deck will. Thrasta is getting a reduction in mana cost every time that he casts a spell. So he is 1, 2, 3, 4 spells deep this turn. Looks like he's got 2 mana on the stack. And he is sacrificing both that Lotus Petal and the... Oop. There we go. To get Thrasta Tempest Roar. Now this is a Trample Haste 7/7 that has hexproof on the turn that comes in. So basically the idea is go all in on this big boy and try to crash in 3 turns in a row. And that's 21 damage. So we will see if Death and Taxes has enough to get around that. The Stoneforge Mystic is going to go and get the Cauldron Complete. This is definitely going to be... Oh, I forgot how quick that game was. That was a Solitude that was able to basically Swords to Plowshares that Thrasta, and that was the game. AJ conceding since he had no cards in hand and nothing else to do. So we are on to match 2 here. Tinderwall giving a couple extra mana, Pyretic Ritual. Some more mana after that, Lotus Petal. And a Silence. This is going to stop him from casting any more spells this turn. AJ looking a little defeated, passing the turn back. 3 cards in hand. Going to turn 2 here, pass it back again. So just a quick land drop. Because the Lotus Petal, AJ really wanted to cast some more spells, but Silence says no to that for the turn. We get a Cauldron Complete off of this Stoneforge Mystic. Playing a lot more lands, 6 mana. That's going to get us Chandra Awakened Inferno. This is the sideboard plan for the Thrasta Storm deck. He's going to be able to create an emblem every single turn that pings your opponent for 1. Yeah, Mason getting a chance to read this card. Not seen super often in Legacy. It can either burn something out, a single target, or it can deal 3 damage to non-elemental creatures, or it can get that elemental, that emblem. Ooh, revealing a land grant here. It's going to allow him to go and get a forest card if he reveals his hand. Taiga does count as a forest. Revealing Goblin Charbelcher. This is also an alternate win condition. Because AJ doesn't run any other lands in his deck besides that Taiga, being able to activate that Charbelcher is going to deal something of 40 damage or so, and Mason is going to concede to that. We are on match 3. These are very quick games. Storm kind of going off really fast. Either wins or it doesn't. So Thrasta Storm specifically is a very good surprise deck. If your opponent does not know that you're on that deck, then they do not know how to respond to it until it is kind of already happening to you. If they are prepared, it's not as good, but it's okay. Okay, here we go. Phyrexian Revoker coming down. This is a very interesting kind of Pithing Needle-like effect. Pithing Needle specifically says that it can't stop mana sources, but Phyrexian Revoker can. So the Tinder Wall gets named and can no longer be activated, even though it is a mana source. So having a 0/3 wall on the field, not super useful when you want to sacrifice it for mana. And Stoneforge coming down again. Gonna go grab Cauldron Complete, I believe. Cauldron Complete just being a powerhouse of a card for Death and Taxes. Basically, any white deck that can run Stoneforge Mystic now has Cauldron Complete because it has 7 lines of relevant text. All sorts, Trample, not Hexproof, Indestructible, and Haste, and it's a 5/5. It exiles the thing it hits, and it has First Strike. It's just ridiculous. All right, another land grant here gets that same Taiga out of the deck. With AJ revealing his hand, has a couple mana Morphos, casting Pyretic Ritual here. Looks like there's not going to be a Silence, no open mana on Mason's side. So AJ gets to go off a little bit. He's not generating any extra mana, though. He's just kind of morphing the mana he already has. So Chandra Awakened Inferno is probably not coming down this turn. But we don't know what AJ's drawing, so that's always possible. Okay, AJ has played this Mammoth. It is a 3/3, and landfall gets +2/+2, but it is also a land. So not the most ideal play for him, but that's okay. All right, we're going to double Wasteland here, getting rid of 2 cards. The Cauldron Complete did come down and swing for 5. AJ is attacking for 3, and he's going to take it, passing it right back. A Germ comes down to replace the generic white card. We got a Rishadan Port that can tax AJ's mana even further. 5 more damage from Cauldron Complete. Aethersworn Canonist coming down. Now, each player who has cast a non-artifact spell this turn can't cast additional non-artifact spells, basically completely shutting down any chance that AJ has. He's going to stick it out, though. Soak 3 of that 5 damage, only take 2 from the Cauldron Complete this turn. Mason kind of thinking about tapping this mana. Not quite sure. 2 down for another Phyrexian Revoker. He has named Chandra the Awakened Inferno here. AJ flips over his cards in defeat and concedes the game. Thank you for joining us on this round 2 here, and we will be back soon with round 3.